If you're like me na mahilig bumili ng mura at low quality na products, pag-usapan natin yan. Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Rob and I document my 20s while helping fellow 20s. Counting update lang naman to my YouTube journey, even if you didn't ask for it. So recently, my life has been very busy. Kaya medyo matagal rin since my last upload. And I'm trying to reconnect with myself by disconnecting, if that makes sense to you. Mahirap mag-YouTube, especially if you're like me na ginagawa ito mag-isa lang. Kasi you have to write all the script, the concept, you have to do the shoot, the setup, everything, the edit, basta from pre to post-production. Mahirap pero we're going to do it for the young Filipino adults. Anyway, share ko lang naman. For this episode, we will step back a little bit from personal finance, pero somehow connected pa rin tong episode na to. As you can see from our title, we will talk about scarcity mindset. Just a disclaimer, I'm not an expert on this. I didn't study psychology or anything related to it, pero these are the things that I personally experienced. So, always do a sub-check and your research if it ba sa inyo yung mga sinasabi ko or kind of in a different direction, okay? If you're interested, let's get started. By definition, ang scarcity mindset o poor man mindset ay limiting beliefs natin na pinaprioritize yung short-term savings over long-term benefits. Tinawag ko lang na scarcity mindset kasi mahirap magitin yung poor man mindset. Masyado mahaba. Pero I know you're smart enough to get the gist of it. Most of the time, ang focus nito ay yung instant gratification we receive rather than future benefits. So, for instance, meron kang favorite na laruan na lagi mong ginagamit. Let's say, yo-yo that is made out of cheap plastic. Tapos nabili mo lang for 50 pesos. Tapos, yung friend mo has a similar yo-yo na made out of quality plastic and meron mga bakal-bakal sa gilid like armor. And nabili niya yun for 300 pesos. Applying the scarcity mindset in this context, dahil favorite ko nga yung yo-yo at lagi kong gagamitin, mas pipiliin kong bilhin yung tig 50 pesos even if alam kong madaling masira para if ever, bibili na lang ulit ako ng bago. Kaysa naman yung mahal, diba? Yung scarcity mindset ay isang trap a lot of people are not aware of. Mas masarap kasi sa feeling yung instantly na mafe-feel kong nakasave ako kasi nabili ko to on sale or like mura despite the quality. But if we're going to think about it deeply, kung gagamitin natin ito multiple times in our lifetime, tapos madalas nasisira, technically it will cost us more, di ba? On the other hand, hindi naman lahat ng cheap stuff equates to low quality. And hindi naman lahat ng expensive stuff equates to high quality. It depends pa rin on what type of things you are buying. Depende kung saan magpo-fall yung category nila. Siyempre, ibang usapan kapag food, kapag hardware, let's say kitchenware. Ibang usapan rin kapag fashion or clothing. And definitely, ibang usapan rin kapag gadget. Basta, you get the point. Magkakaiba sila. Pero what we're talking about here is the mindset o yung how it is seen in different parts of our lifestyle. Let me share you a personal experience that impacted the quality of life I had before. Apparently, eyeglasses has been an essential part of my life and I've been wearing this since I was 15 years old. My first eyeglasses cost my parents about 3,000 pesos. And bilang high school pa lang ako that time, na 20 pesos lang yung baon. Siyempre, malaking pera sa akin yung 3,000 pesos. Ay, wow, birit. Malaking pera na sa akin yung 3,000 pesos sa perspective ko. So, sobrang ingat na ingat ako sa bakit ang birit ng mga manok? So, sobrang ingat na ingat ako sa eyeglasses ko na I can't afford to lose or break it. Kasi that means another 3,000 or more, di ba? Depende sa type of glasses. So, inisip ko na yon in a span of 1 year. So, nagpagawa ako ngayon, babalik ako after 6 months to do another check-up. And if magbago yun, so 6K plus yung possible na magastos ko, di ba? Then, senior high school came. Then, one of my classmates introduced me to the world of Quiapo as the center of the eyeglass production. Basta sa Quiapo, marami daw pagawaan ng eyeglasses, tapos mura lang. Tapos halos same lang naman daw with the branded optical clinics. So, I give it a chance. Pinuntahan ko. And to my surprise, totoo yung sinasabi niya. Pagdating ko doon sa mga pagawaan, kasi ang dami, nalula talaga ako sa dami ng brands, shapes, styles, basta lahat ang dami. And ang best part doon is mura lang. I remember yung isang pair back then, meron ka ng full package na salamin for about 1,500 pesos. Diba? Almost half sa original na pagpapagawa ko na salamin dun sa isang optical clinic sa mall. Pero ngayong 2024, mas mahal na ata ng kaunti dahil sa inflation, and hindi ko alam kung anong factors, pero it's still on the cheaper side. Tapos, kinoconvince ko pa yung mga friends ko back then na dun na rin sila magpagawa kasi nga mura lang, ganun. Until I had my inconveniences. So, ito yung mga sample. Many times, yung frame ng salamin, for those who are not wearing glasses, yung frame is like the skeleton of the eyeglasses. Ito. So, I'm wearing plastic frames, tapos bigla na lang magkakarack, ganun. Mahuhulog yung lenses ko, and that went on for like 2 or 3 years until napagod ako dun sa setup na ganun. Kasi one, sobrang layo ko sa Quiapo. It takes me about 2 or 3 hours papunta pa lang. Tapos, depende pa yung pabalik kung traffic or whatever happens, diba? Depende, ang tagal. Number 2, kapag nasira yung salamin ko, doble yung nagiging problema ko. One is yung sira nga yung salamin ko. And number 2, wala akong pera para magpagawa ulit ng bago. Kasi hindi ko naman alam kung kailan nasisira eh, diba? Random moments ngayon pagkasira ng salamin ko. So kung dati, yung one pair of eyeglasses ko cost my parents about 3,000 pesos. Nung pumunta ako dun sa cheaper option, kasi I thought makakasave ako. Ang ending, 3 times akong nagpagawa within 1 year. So kahit sabihin mong 1,500 isa yun, 4,500 na siya compared dun sa isang beses lang ako nagpagawa. Sobrang hassle, di ba? So going back to the mindset, I was really hyped back then kasi I thought na yung mas murang option, despite the quality, di ko iniisip yung quality that time, would help me save more money along the way, pero I was wrong. On the other hand, I was blessed with the realization early in my life kasi yung light bulb moment na yun helped me choose between quality and cheap products as I move forward. And na-realize ko rin na quality products or services might be expensive upfront or initially, pero after many experiences, hindi lang sa eyeglasses ko, the way I look at things na is I ask myself first if gagamitin ko ba yun in the next 3 to 5 years. Tapos I'll ask another question along the way if alin ang mas mahal. Yung mura ko lang bibilhin pero paulit-ulit kong gagawin, or yung one-time purchase na medyo mahal pero will exceed my expectations or like mas matagal kong magagamit. Don't get me wrong, I don't encourage you to buy expensive stuff all the time. Siyempre, depende pa rin talaga yan sa kung ano yung binibili nating products. As I said, hindi naman lahat ng cheap products equates to low quality, and minsan, yung mga mamahalin kasi, overrated. So, hindi rin worth it at the same time, di ba? Kung puro mahal yung binibili mo na products. So, how did I overcome this scarcity mindset? Number 1, nabanggit ko na kanina na ask yourself first if you're going to use it 3 to 5 years from now. And if yes, I recommend na bumili ka na ng quality over the cheap ones. Kahit pa minsan, you will add a little bit extra payment, pero it will be worth it in the long run. Number 2, think of the time, energy, and money na masisave mo by buying quality products. So imaginein mo yung hassle na pabalik-balik ka to have your thing repaired or replaced kasi nga low quality and madaling masira over those quality products na minsanan lang yung maintenance. So minsan hindi rin tayo aware sa mga nasasayang when we buy cheap stuff na madaling masira. It can also cost us our schedule, yung extra effort natin na pumunta sa isang repair center, di ba? Finally, think of it as an investment that will improve the quality of your life. You have to start slow and you have to start small. Kasi it's a habit building and hindi mo naman agad-agad ma-change yung mindset mo and yung habits mo. So, makikita mo yan along the way kapag you start practicing as early as possible. And marirealize mo rin na hindi lang pera yung nasasave mo, kundi yung makita mo rin yung mga things na hindi mo na-realize na nasasave mo rin pala by buying quality things. You might agree or might not agree with me on this, especially in taking care of the planet. Pero for me, it's not sustainable if we always choose cheap products na eventually itatapon din naman natin sa basurahan. Tapos, will add to the overall worldwide waste. Kaya hindi talaga ako fan ng fast fashion at overrated gadgets. Kasi it promotes scarcity mindset. Yung fast fashion is a quick production of cheap clothes and low quality materials. Tapos, mas madali siyang masira or mas madali siyang, kumbaga, pagsawaan ng mga tao. Kasi nga, mura lang naman. Tapos, pwede naman akong bumili ulit. Kung tutuusin, mas sustainable pa nga yung mag-ukay-ukay. Kasi nga, mura, pero minsan, jackpot ka sa quality. Yung overrated gadgets naman, minamask yung quality production for premium content. So, hindi ko naman nila lahat. Pero, we all know na hindi naman lahat ng gadgets is as premium as they claim, di ba? At the end of the day, dapat maging matalino tayo sa mga products na binibili natin o sinusuportahan. Yun lang, quality over quantity, depending on the situation. Thank you, friends, for always keeping up with my episodes. If you found value from this, please hit the subscribe button and share this to your friends, relatives, or family, or someone who might benefit from this. Together, let's help more young Filipino adults not only grow in financial literacy, but to be a better citizen of this country. That's it for today. See you on the next episode. Jane!